Good evening. On the world news tonight from Baba Bagede Imo Television, BGI TV. First, the headlines. Tinubu APC cannot build Nigeria alone. Presidency. You have no excuses. God won't forgive you if you fail. Kuka. Similarly, Tinubu must rid public service of criminals. Bishop Kuka. Nigerians among 61 people feared dead as migrant boat sinks in Mediterranean Sea. On sports, Africa Player of the Year award loading for another Super Eagles player in 2024. I am Morire Rabila Lawal, the news in detail. The presidency has said neither President Bola Tinubu nor the party to which he belongs, the All Progressive Congress APC, can build Nigeria alone. It said building a Nigeria that works for over 200 million people requires the input of every citizen, regardless of political parties. The presidential special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, stated these in a 60 minutes Christmas Day special features newsline, which fully airs. In a 2-minute teaser, Ngelale said, "This is the nation we have to build, and it is not APC that will build it. It is not a PDP or Labour Party that will build it. It is Nigerians that will build it. So we need everybody, and that's the message. President Bola Tinubu needs every Nigerian to key into what he is doing. This is not a partisan issue, and we will not treat governance as a partisan issue as long as he is in the authority." The presidential spokesperson also reasoned that Nigerians run the risk of undermining the country's progress by spreading a narrative that wards off international support and cooperation. We don't want to undermine that by engaging in this self-fulfilling prophecy where we say things are so bad in Nigeria, Nigeria can be better, or Nigeria is a terrible place to be. We have to be mindful. According to him, with the elections and the litigations in the past, citizens should prioritize demanding good governance. Matthew Kuka, the Catholic Bishop of Sokoto Diocese, has said that President Bola Tinubu has no excuses if his government fails to address the present issue facing Nigeria. Kuka, who stated these while delivering his Christmas message in Sokoto today, noted that neither history nor God would forgive the president if he failed. The message tagged "Time to Reclaim Nigeria's Greatness" touched on unity, nation building, insecurity, politics, among others. He urged President Bola Tinubu to use his wealth of experience to end the ugly instrumentalization of religious, ethnic, or regional identities. However, Kuka argued that palliatives would not resolve Nigeria's problem, describing the problem as deep and structural. He also appealed to Nigerians to continue to have faith in the country and be hopeful. Moving on to the next story. The Bishop of Sokoto Catholic Diocese, Bishop Matthew Asen Kuka, has urged President Bola Tinubu to rid off the service of criminals who have turned the opportunity to serve into an ignoble enterprise. Kuka, in his message, said, "Doing that, according to him, this surgery must happen if you are to succeed in any of your dreams of delivering much needed services to our people." Kuka also described the current palliatives being introduced by the federal government of Nigeria as not the solution to the problems of Nigeria, like we said, while calling on President Bola Tinubu not to be afraid to reset the template of power, no matter the cultural or historical myth. "We are tired of promises and stories. We want evidence we can see and touch." He also called on the president to stop the killings of Nigerians by whatever name must end and end now. According to him, these senseless killings, abductions, extortions, and kidnapping have to end and the sacredness and sanctity of human life restored. Blasphemy laws have no place in a democracy. We are not in a theocracy. You must rid the public service of criminals who have turned the opportunity to serve into an ignoble enterprise. Turning to the 2023 elections and the consequences on the nation so far, and called on leaders on every front as a matter of urgency to find healing as soon as possible. He explained that this is not an easy job for any nation, and there are no shortcuts to nation building. Over 60 migrants are feared dead as a boat carrying about 86 people sank in the Mediterranean Sea off Libya's coast the International Organization for Migration confirms. The IOM confirms that there were approximately 86 migrants aboard, including women and children from Nigeria, the Gambia, and other African countries where it left from Zawara in Libya's northeast coast. It attributed the cause of the incident to towering waves creating turbulence that overwhelmed the vessel. The Mediterranean is infamous for its notorious waves exceeding conventional road thresholds. However, it is a principal route for migrants moving from Libya and Tunisia in hopes of getting to Europe via Italy. In spite of the federal government's policy aimed at reducing the price of liquefied petroleum gas, also known as cooking gas, the price has continued to increase, and expert Dr. Ayo Anthony has said. Anthony, an economist, in an interview, however, noted that it takes time for the impact of government policies to be felt on the economy. Recall that the federal government had announced the removal of custom duty and value-added tax on the importation of LPG and its associated equipment, as contained in a letter dated November 28, 2023. The letter was signed by Wale Edun, the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy. Also, the Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Gas, Ekperikpe Ekpo, had waded into the challenges of the constant price increment of cooking gas in the country's domestic market. The minister had constituted a committee and mandated them to recommend the best way to boost supplies and crush LPG prices, following the rise in prices in recent months from about 700 naira per kg to above 900 naira per kg in parts of the country. Moving on to the next story. The Western Nigeria Security Network, codenamed Amotekun Corps, has arrested 12 suspected kidnappers and armed robbers in Ondo State. Adetunji Adeleye, the corps commander of Amotekun in Ondo State, disclosed this on Sunday while parading the suspect at the command's headquarters in Akure. Adeleye, who is also the special advisor to Ondo State Governor on security matters, gave a stern warning to criminals hiding in forest reserves in the state to pack and leave the state or face the wrath of the law. We are determined to eradicate crime in all nooks and crannies in the state, so there is no hiding place for criminals. And out of the arrested 7, 4 of them were contracted with the job of kidnapping and armed robbery in Ondo State by the remaining 3. We were able to apprehend them with their rifles and camouflage they used in deceiving unsuspecting commuters on the road, and they have made confessional statements. It was a blackout Xmas celebration in Plateau. No fewer than 7 to 6 persons were reportedly killed by assailants in the first attacks on several communities of Bokus and Burkinladi, local government area of Plateau. Transition Implementation Committee Chairman of Bokus local government area, Monde Kassa, mentioned that the coordinated attack occurred on Saturday and lasted into the Christmas Eve, when residents were already in the festive mood. The local government boss explained further that the casualty figures is increasing as more dead bodies are being recovered by the team of security personnel, local vigilantes and hunters who are still going through the bushes, combing the communities in search of missing persons who were ambushed during the attacks. He added that several houses were set ablaze by the attackers, who also looted farm produce and destroyed properties in the process. You are watching the world news from BGI TV. Next to come, the family of the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB, has thanked the leadership of the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Organization, or Aneze Ndibo, worldwide, and the chairman and members of the joint body of the Southeast Traditional Rulers for the support since Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Kenya and detained in Abuja since June 2021. The family, in a statement issued on Sunday by Kanu's younger brother, Prince Kingsley Kanunta Kanu, also extended the first felicitation and appreciation to bishops, archbishops, and some unnamed Southeast governors and members of National Assembly. In particular, recognition of certain Southeast civic and political leaders of women who have noted your unwavering and sincere commitment to seeking his release from detention and other support you have rendered, noticed or unnoticed. Your constant interventions, convert, have not only made a difference, but also they have also inspired and motivated others to see the injustice of the case. We are genuinely grateful for what you have all done. Moving on to the north. Troops of the Nigeria Army on Monday morning, December 25th, arrested a notorious Boko Haram terrorist in Borno State who confessed to killing over 10 civilians last month. According to reports, the arrested Boko Haram terrorist begged President Bola Tinubu and other leaders of the country not to send him to rehabilitation camp, but rather they should empower him to learn a trade. This has triggered mixed reactions from Nigerians who have faulted the presence of rehabilitation camps for Boko Haram terrorists in the country. Last year, more than 500 ex-Boko Haram terrorists were released from the radicalization, rehabilitation, and reintegration camp in Malem Sidi under Kwame local government area of Gombe State after undergoing reformation for some time at the facility. The former insurgent who passed out from the camp during a light ceremony had embraced the Nigerian government amnesty to lay down arms in return for rehabilitation and reintegration back to the society. Next is the foreign story. Abu Obaida, the official spokesman for the Al-Qassam Brigade, declared that the movement refuses to engage in any discussions regarding a prisoner exchanger until Israel ceases its ongoing aggression against the besieged Gaza Strip. In a recorded message, Abu Obaida emphasized that Israel's action demonstrates ignorance of the Palestinian people's reality and civilization, leaving them with no option but to take revenge against Israeli forces. He criticized Israel for what he described as repeated historical mistakes and foolishness, stating that the enemy had not learned from its past. The enemy is still repeating its foolishness and historical mistakes because it is disconnected from the reality of our people and ignorant of its civilization. He said in a recorded message, stressing that Israel has left the Palestinian people no choice but to take revenge on them. Finally, sports. There is another Super Eagles player doing great things in the German Bundesliga, UEFA Europa League, and could be the next Africa Player of the Year if he is able to sustain and improve on his current performance. Victor Boniface is a Nigerian Super Eagles star that could win the 2024 Africa Player of the Year. Victor Oko Boniface, 23, currently plays as a striker for German Bundesliga side Bayern Leverkusen. The Akure-born forward has been in superlative form for his clubs since joining on 22nd July 2023. Boniface signed for Bundesliga club Bayer Leverkusen on a contract until 2028 from Belgium side Union Saint-Gilloise. The Nigerian international made his Bundesliga debut on August 19 as a starter, where his side defeated RB Leipzig 3-2. So far, Boniface has scored 10 goals and 7 assists in 16 league appearances for Bayer Leverkusen in the Bundesliga season. But a performance, the former Union Saint-Gilloise star is currently among the top scorers and top assists in the German Bundesliga this season. Also in the Europa League, the prolific goal scorer has scored 4 goals and 1 assist to his credit in 5 league appearances on the Europa UEFA League. With our sports story, we've come to the end of today's world news. Before we go, some headlines. Tinubu APC cannot build Nigeria alone, presidency. You have no excuses. God won't forgive you if you fail. Bishop Kuka. Similarly, Tinubu must rid public service of criminals. Bishop Kuka. Nigerians among 61 people feared dead as migrant boat sinks in Mediterranean Sea. On sports, Africa Player of the Year award, loading for another Super Eagles player in 2024. For more updates of our broadcast on YouTube, our handle is Baba Gbagede Imo Television. Kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell. Select option all to access all of our broadcasts. On Facebook, Gbagede Imo with Alawiye Adebayo. Please like and follow the page. We celebrate all the faithful Christians all around the world. May it never be the last Xmas season to be celebrated. I am Morire Rabila Lawan. Good evening.